now the plants, we have created the seedlings, we have passed seedlings into the hydroponic farm, we have created the irrigation water. The irrigation water is being flowed into the system. Now plants are going properly. Now as soon as we hit day 30, our plants are matured enough to sell into the market. So when we talk about the commercial viability, we have to understand mainly two parts here. So commercial viability with traditional farming and commercial viability with a hydroponic farm works simultaneously and same time works oppositely. So when we say simultaneously is how much demand we have from the market, it's equal for the traditional farm and the hydroponic. How much rate market is ready to pay, we call that WTP, that is willingness to pay from the consumer side, that is constant for the hydroponic and the traditional farming. A lot of people say this, okay, if I'm growing hydroponically I should get the premium. Trust me, you should not go in that dimension. Never think in the dimension. The way you are growing your vegetable has nothing to do with the end consumer. End consumer is paying you for the produce, not for the way of your producing it. End consumer is paying for the, if you are producing high nutrient, very good looking and the high quality food, he's ready to pay for that. But he's not bothered about what method you are using to produce it. So just because you should get higher or premium price because you are growing into hydroponically, never trust that. Never trust that. Even if someone is telling you to sell their kit or something, that you'll get the premium pricing, never trust that. In actual ground level market, it doesn't work that way. In actual ground level market, consumer is ready to pay for the product and not how it's done, how it is made, how it is produced. Consumer is not ready to pay for that part. So that is constant for the both agricultural method. Now what is differentiator is initial cost, input cost and the revenue mechanism is different for the commercial viability. As we saw the comparison in the traditional farming and the hydroponic farming is input cost is a little bit high for the hydroponic farming, but operational cost is very much minimum and the revenue margins are very high for the hydroponic farm. In traditional farming, input cost is a very high, buying a land is a very costly affair, operation cost is again a higher affair, the revenue is a very less when you talk about the traditional farming. So commercial viabilities can be easily achieved with a hydroponic farm because maybe you are investing more money, but comparing to traditional farming, it's equivalent or so money. Operation cost is a very low. Running our hydroponic farm 5000 square feet, we are spending approximately 10,000 rupees per month. I'll give you the costing breakdown how it works is. So we generally spend 2000 rupees per seeds. We spend around 1700 rupees for the electricity. We spend around 7000 rupees for the labor. We spend 500 rupees for the packaging. And whatever the top of amount we have is generally goes for the maintenance. Sometimes we have a key failure. Sometimes we have to do small tweaks. Sometimes net cups break down. All these things. Sometimes we have to do modification to the inert media. All these things. So generally this amount goes into the 10,000 rupees range per month. I'm taking production of a 13,600 heads. So when I talk about 13,600 head production, let's remove that 600. Let's say that 600 is a damage. Either they are transportation damage or no, they are damage while the harvesting or uneven growth. We have that that ratio will be there always. There. No one can deny that it's universally understood given ratio. Obviously you have to lose that 600 rupees. So let's talk about the 13,000. We have a 13,000 head production. And when I say, okay, I'm selling it to the local market, I have a 10,000 rupees a monthly recurring cost to me, and I'm taking production of a cabbage. So cabbage per head, if I'm selling at the cheap dirt price like 8 rupees. So let's say 10 rupees just to make the calculation very much clear. So whenever I'm saying I'm selling per head production for the 10 rupees, still I'm making 1,30,000 rupees as the revenue. I'm not talking about the net profit, I'm talking about the revenue. On top of that, let's lose another 10,000 rupees for the transportation, different damages and all. I'm making 1,20,000 rupees net revenue at the lowest market segment. I'm talking about 10 rupees per head. That's a dirt cheap. Cabbage is, it doesn't goes below that. So even I'm selling at the dirt cheap rate, I'm another 10,000 rupees is operation cost. I'm still making 1 lakh rupees profit. It's a net profit I have just by selling cabbage from the hydroponic farm. So that's what that's the scale of economy we get when we are going into the hydroponic farm. When I say, okay, I have invested 12 lakh rupees for the initial farm development, within a 1 year, I can achieve my ROI. Whatever investment I have done, that's return. And from the next year, I'm profitable. I'm talking about the dirt cheap price. If I'm going for the basil, which goes at the 200 or 250 rupees kg, I can achieve my ROI into 4 to 5 months. If I'm going for the more costlier plants from that, like Brahmi or Shankapushpi, that's a more costlier affair than that. I can achieve my ROI into 2.5 or 3 months. So that's very much possible, by experimenting with a different kind of a crops. By keeping your operation cost minimized, you can immediately achieve your ROIs in a hydroponic farm, which is not possible into traditional farming. That's the biggest advantage I found on a hydroponic farm. And this is how commercial viability can be easily achieved with the hydroponic farm. So now let's talk about the sales channel.